When officers confront criminals, most surrender, but a few decide to fire at the police, leading to intense situations. Here are 5 cases where criminals took that risky decision. On June 29, 2023 at 10:50 p.m., officers responded to a call about an armed man firing a gun at a club at Bush Boulevard. Not long after, with the assistance of the Tampa police helicopter, officers identified the shooter in a Kia driving south on North 40th Street. They tried to pull the vehicle over at the junction of North 40th Street and East 32nd Avenue. During the stop, the passenger in the Kia, LaQuincy D'Artez Ward, got out and fired multiple rounds at officers, striking their police vehicle.
Unit 10-3.
Hands out! Hands out of the car!
He's gonna be 10-0.
All right. Hands out of the car!
The driver or the passenger? Passenger.
All right. Hey!
Shots fired.
Where's he at?
Back in the car.
Southbound on 40th.
Let's go.
Officers returned fire and struck the passenger, who got back into the car. The 37-year-old driver, Jeanette Lockard, continued fleeing south on North 40th Street, but then stopped at 11 p.m., got out of the Kia, and surrendered to police. Ward was found dead in the car. Lockard was arrested and charged with 7 counts of accessory after the fact to attempted murder, tampering with evidence related to a felony and felony fleeing to elude. The involved police officers are now on paid administrative leave, as is usual after an officer-involved shooting. Fortunately, neither officer was hurt. In this situation, the shooter was killed on the spot. But what unfolds when the shooter lives and has to confront the aftermath of their actions? A notable example is the case of Brian McGee. Officers responded to calls of an active shooter about 12:15 p.m. at Methodist Family Health Center in the 900 block of East Beltline Road. According to an arrest warrant affidavit, a caller told dispatchers a man had shot a doctor in the leg inside the clinic. Police said that the gunshot victim, a 62-year-old doctor, told investigators he was at his workstation when another employee told him there was a man with a gun in the lobby. The doctor went to the lobby and saw the man carrying a gun. The doctor began running towards an employee exit when he heard a gunshot and felt pain in his lower back. The doctor told police the gunshot did not knock him down, so he continued to run outside. Officers arriving at the clinic saw a man, later identified as Brian McGee, driving off in a black 4-door Chrysler. He struck a police vehicle as he drove through the parking lot.
It's like a 300. Drive back! Drive back!
Investigators said they found a semi-automatic rifle, a shotgun, a pistol, and ammunition inside the vehicle McGee crashed. Investigators believe Tuesday's shooting was related to a breakup between McGee and his ex-girlfriend. According to an affidavit, the ex told detectives McGee threatened to kill her Monday night, choked her, threw her employee badge at her, and pointed a gun at her. The woman told investigators McGee said, "If he could not have her, no one could." Brian McGee faces a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and additional charges may be added. Around 6:45 p.m. Sunday, Scottsdale police got a call about a domestic disturbance in the area of Cypress Street and Granite Reef Road, just north of McDowell Road. The suspect's ex-girlfriend was dropping him off at an address on Cypress when they began fighting, and she told dispatchers Curtis had a gun. 2 officers arrived moments later and saw Curtis in front of a home holding a pistol. Police say he refused multiple commands to drop the gun before opening fire on the officers.
Put your fucking hands up!
Put your hands up!
$555,998.
Do not move! Gun's still on.
Yeah.
Officers tried to render aid until the paramedics got to the scene. However, Curtis died at the scene shortly after 7 p.m. No one else was hurt. The 2 officers involved have been placed on post-critical incident leave during the investigation, which is standard protocol. One officer has been with the Scottsdale Police Department for 3 years, while the other has 1.5 years of service. On March 29, 2023, police received a call about a man in a park shooting a gun.
Police, there's a guy in Arnold Park. He's shooting a gun. He's got long black hair, black backpack, black jacket. He's wearing pants.
Upon arrival, a witness directed the officers to the suspect in Arnold Park. Police say as officers approached the suspect, he pointed a gun at his head before firing shots at officers.
Everyone hold there.
Sanitary police, let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands!
Hands up!
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Get down! Get down!
Grab his hand! Grab his hand!
After a short foot chase, the suspect was arrested. The suspect, 26-year-old Raul Arzola, was transported to a nearby hospital in critical condition. Arzola was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault on a public servant and 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The shooter who attacked students and teachers at the Covenant School in Nashville, Tennessee on Monday was identified by police as 28-year-old Audrey Hale, who law enforcement said once attended the school. The footage, released by the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department, shows officers Rex Engelbert and Michael Colazzo storming through the Covenant School's hallways as they methodically hunted down the 28-year-old mass killer on Monday.
Yeah.
Into my window, they were upstairs.
Hey, give me 3! Let's get 3! Let's go! Metro Police!
Soon after entering the building, the heroic cops could be seen rushing towards an atrium on the 2nd floor of the private Christian academy while repeatedly shouting "Shots fired." As they rounded the corner and laid eyes on Hale, the body cam shows officers rapidly firing as the shooter blasted bullets in their direction. Hale, who was armed with 2 rifles and a handgun, was killed in the shootout. Police said that Hale had 7 legally purchased guns, 3 of which were used the day of the shooting. Hale reportedly was a transgender man who used he/him pronouns, though law enforcement officials initially described the suspect as a woman in the aftermath of the shooting.